Hello, everybody. It's been a while back on Erda and the Desert of Ro. So I'm just going to come over here and look around. There should be plenty of mobs here in my level range. I was last fighting the undeads, I believe. And you know, it's been months. It's been a long time. And so, you know, I feel like knowing my way around, rusty. And picking up where I left off, it's just getting back in it. It may take a little bit of time. All right, so I need some buffs. I have no effects up, and there's this blue spider right in front of me. How shall I set myself up? I have Yelp, Light Healing, Cure Disease, Roots. I have a lot of offensive spells. And now I know I get something for like buff-wise, but it doesn't appear to have any on my thing. Center is one of them. Let's go ahead and give myself center before I start this fight. And while it sets up, so we have center, holy armor. Okay, so it looks like I don't have enough spell slots, so let's, anyways. We're gonna fight the spider. And I would like to talk about Everquest Legend server too. Looks like I'm not alone. Someone else is fighting things out here. Spiders, random mobs. Holy armor. Every bit of buffage helps. Now I've got a tab pulled up where I was reading just bullet points of a Everquest Legend server. Just mention things. I was going to talk about it because I'm really getting hyped up. The Everquest Legends. Okay, we got a solid blue. Now, root it. Words of Pain. Fear. I forgot what these do, guys. 19 points of damage. That was real weak. I honestly do not even remember what these do. What was that? Words of Pain. I begin to cast it. I don't know. It's a purple spell. Is that self only? Evocation, Words of Pain. It doesn't tell you what it does, like when you're playing on Quorum, so I don't know. So I was just reading up on Everquest Legends. It comes out in July, so not far away. Looks like the end of July, so maybe we got a whole 2 months, but apparently there is a beta out there with 35,000 players have applied for open beta. Or applied for the beta. I have actually applied myself. There we go, nice proc. Haven't heard anything back. And then possibly like a rolling, waves of additional players being invited. We'll see. Even if I was invited, I wouldn't have the time, so. Okay, now looking at my experience bar, it doesn't say I'm far off from level 13. Okay, so I'm gonna meditate and pull up some stuff here. So I've got the Everquest Legends server. It says this is a reimagined version of the original 1999 game. Obviously, it's reimagined. It's designed to bridge the gap between classic nostalgia and modern solo-friendly gameplay. It's like they were just thinking of me specifically. Like, how can we make this game better for you-know-who? Ogre guy. Here's the key takeaway. So you guys all know this information. Most of you guys know more about it than I do. I'm trying to keep up. But for anyone who's out of the loop, you may find this interesting. Solo-centric experience. The game is designed from the ground up to be progress, this is quote, at your own pace. It allows players to solo through content, all content, including dungeons and raids if they choose. So I think this is important because there's many players like myself who were more introverted, not antisocial, but just solo friendly. And this game is not solo friendly, so when you're playing by yourself, you are locked out of I want to say most content in Everquest, and that's the problem. Fear. Back up. Root this guy. All right, we got an ogre in the background. So let's see if I can use this again. Word to Pain. Do I need to be right on top of him? I don't know what Word to Pain does anymore. I'm gonna have to find it in my spell book and read up. So other things, obviously there's multi-classing. Up to 3 different class hybrid. And it says you create powerful synergies to tackle content that had traditionally required a full group. That's the appeal. Private instancing, yes, that's good. Scalable difficulty. So private instances offer 3 difficulty tiers. Solo, group from 4 to 8 people, and then you can have raid 8 people. So you can still have these instances higher difficulty. What's the benefit of that? I assume the loot table increases. I'm not sure exactly. All right, launch date. It's looking at July of 2026. Official collaboration. This is a sanctioned project by Daybreak Games in collaboration with the creators from Project 1999 community, ensuring an authentic classic feel. I'm like, wait, is it P99 or is it the Hero Journey? I didn't think those two were part of the same group. Let's take a look at these things. We've got a yellow dervish, a yellow cutthroat dervish. Yeah, so I can fight this one over here. The spawn rate is slow, so let's sit here and prepare ourselves for this fight. It's going to be difficult. Yellow Khan. Going back to the bullet points here. Quality of life features. It says, while it retains the 1999 aesthetic and music, it incorporates modern quality of life improvements to reduce the, quote, grind associated with original release. And they have difficulty sliders. Just like a single-player RPG, the base difficulty +0 is designed to be accessible for everyone to enjoy the story and world of Norath. Okay. All right, so I asked this thing to tell me about the quality of life features, and this is what it's saying. Evolved gear. So this is interesting. The gear system includes, quote, evolving items that grow in power as you use them, reducing the need for constant repetitive farming of same rare drops. I think they had something like this in the Hero Journey. Like there was different tier levels of the same equipment. Mercenary / pet improvements. Okay, they say enhanced AI for pets and potentially mercenaries. And it says, quote, similar to later EQ expansions. Help solo players manage aggro and healing in tougher zones. Okay, so you can have these mercenary type characters. I'm not opposed to it. It's a lot more to manage. I think it gets a lot busier, Modern UI and controls. While the graphics and music remain classic, the user interface and keybind system are updated to meet 2026 gaming. That's a bold statement. 2026 gaming standards, making the game much smoother to play on modern hardware. Okay. It is really clunky, the UI, the installation. It's just like this whole thing just doesn't seem to work very well. It crashes. That's my experience. I'm not ready yet, guys. Not ready, but I have this Divine Aura. So while that's pulling up, let me actually go to P99, Wiki, and let's type in this spell that I have. Word of Pain. What does it do? I don't even remember what it does. That's how long it's been. Word of Pain. All right, Word of Pain, Cleric spell. It's a level 9 spell, evocation. It decreases hit points by 24. Why was it not working then? It is a point blank area effect. That's why it was only working in the surrounding area, and I was casting on rooted mobs, so that way it didn't work. Alright, so I also have Ward Undead, that works on Undead's root. Light Healing, Cure Disease, Holy Armor. And let's put up Yelp in place of Holy Armor. I got Stun, haven't been using that. And Yelp. Okay. Soothe. We could use Soothe as well. And Fear. So what Soothe will do is allow me to pull things that are singles and not aggros. Alright, we can use it. Almost ready to fight, guys. While I'm doing this, let's just continue to go over points of interest in this Everquest Legends. Okay. They claim here active development cycle. So the developers have committed to regular content updates, ensuring that the end game doesn't become stagnant as it does on many static classic servers. That's an issue, I think, when they release the new fresh servers, time lock progression. Everybody rushes there, and everyone's going through the content. There's a race. I guess there's competition. There's goals, and everyone likes a fresh start. They're going to try to keep things fresh and not static or whatever. I don't know how they're going to do that, honestly. Let's see. Legends, Everquest Legend cost. That's the next thing I want to know. It says, the Legend requires a paid subscription, and while the exact monthly fees remain officially unconfirmed by the developers, it expects a modest monthly cost below the standard $15 a month. Additionally, the small upfront purchase fee. So you have a purchase fee of $10 has been leaked and is anticipated. I do not like that. I can tolerate it. Okay, here we go. I need Yelp. We need Yelp. I have Reckless Strength as well. Here we do it. Let's do it. Let's try to rid him. He resisted. Stand your ground. Yelp. Oh, I'm beating him bad. I'm geared so well that I'm beating a yellow con. Bad. Stepping back to nuke. I don't think this was necessary to step back to nuke. So only level 12, so finding a yellow con at yellow 12 when you're really well geared is not an impressive feat. It only means things get harder from here on. He's not running. Huh, that was pretty good. Okay, so it wasn't as hard as I thought it would be. Oh, I almost feared myself. Gotta heal myself first. Now, this is where I'll need to use Soothe. Soothe lowers aggro. I've got Fear as well. That may become an important thing to do. Let's put Fear in place of Cure Disease. All right, back to this pricing thing. Someone just ran by me. I always worry something's chasing him. Hey, that tarantula's an even con. Perfect. See if we can get a root on him. Halt. Oh, that was a partial resist. Sit resisted my fear. I'm wasting mana. Just clobber him with this stick. All right. Because it is a separately licensed standalone MMO, it will not share billing with the standard Everquest live or time lock progression servers. So if you're already paying for those, you have to pay for this separate. There is no like, oh wow, that's brutal. So I guess this is a way to breathe funds back into the project. But Daybreak's collecting a lot of money. They're expecting to make a lot of money on this. And the crazy thing is, though, is that, yeah, they saw that people were willing to pay money whenever the hero's journey was active. And so they wanted a piece of that. But I assume now that anybody working on this project for Daybreak is collecting salary. So now it's a job. That may be a good thing, because, you know, whenever you're paying your rent and all that's tied to a job, you know, you're going to be working on it as your main priority, not like some side thing. Get rid of this. All right, it requires me to sit and wait. We'll wait till this guy respawns and I'll fight him. I need more health. Let's heal myself 3 more times. I feel like there's a better heal that I didn't pick up yet. Clerics have strong heals for their levels. 1 more and I'll sit. Alright, let's see. So we just talked about the pricing. What other things are important to know about Everquest Legends server? Let's talk about the classes. Let's go to the classes here. So 16 playable classes. You have melee archetypes. The only thing different than P99 is you get the Berserker. It's a heavy hitting melee DPS focused on raw two-handed weapon combat. Rogue, backstabbing and damage DPS output. Monk, high sustained melee damage output. It says an unmatched pulling utility. Warrior, you know what warrior is. So you have the preach archetypes, druid, shaman, and cleric. That's unchanged, it seems. They call druid a versatile jack of all trades. They call the cleric a critical for ultimate survivability and resurrection. The premier healer. Shaman is a master of stat boosting buffs, enemy attacks, speed slows, and damage over time spells. Caster archetype. Nothing new here. Magician, Necro, Wizard, and Enchanter. Hybrid archetypes. Paladin, Shadow Knight, Ranger, Bard, and Beast Lord. So Beast Lord is in... So that's another difference from here. Legends and P99. Multi-classing mechanics. So levels 1 through 10, all 16 classes level simultaneously in the background. Level 11 and beyond, your primary class becomes permanently locked unless you use an unlock token earned later in the game. Loadouts. So I like that whole feature with loadouts. All right, so that's kind of the gist of it. Now you forget how long it takes to respawn. Jesus, that's a long time. What can we ask about P99 server, the hero journey, or the legend server? Let's ask about experience. Let's see, experience system. What will they say about the experience system? Yeah, they talk about that loadout. variable XP sliders. Because the game features private instances, you can adjust the difficulty. Higher difficulty tiers, Group 1 or Raid 2 plus 2, provide significantly higher experience multipliers compared to the base solo mode. There's legacy bonuses, and this says there are reports of an experience buffer system where playing a max level character can generate legacy XP tokens to help speed up the leveling of an alt characters in different class combinations. That is what I love to see. That's the kind of stuff that's cool for me. All right, we got a Cutthroat and he's yellow. I'm gonna get more distance, and I think I need about 10% more experience. Mana. All right, reduced friction. So this is what they're saying. The quote grind is significantly returned. While it still feels classic EQ, the developers have removed the massive experience penalties for dying to encourage risk taking in harder solo instances. So that's all me. I take risk, big rewards, and big penalties. So I won't be feeling so much harsh penalties for the way the type of gameplay I do. Achievement-based XP and evolving gear XP. So it's not just your character that gains experience. Evolving items gain their own experience as you kill mobs, unlocking new stats and procs as the item levels up alongside you. All right, so that's pretty much similar to the hero's journey. That is cool. I like it. I'm going to turn away from him. And it only did 4 damage. What kind of garbage is that? And he resisted. Let's just melee him. How can I stand my ground and fight him? The last time it was easy. He resisted Holy Might. Shall I try a Word of Pain? No, it's too close of a fight to do that. All right. Someone's saying out of character. Player race video from last weekend is now up on youtube.com. Thanks everyone. Came out and participated in the event. It was a blast. More races and PvP events coming soon. What is he talking about? All right, I rooted him. It's a little too close for me, so let's heal myself. Here comes forth Dervish Cutthroat. Achievement-based XP. Completing specific legendary milestones or classic quest lines like epics provides massive chunks of experience. Moving away from purely mob grinding as the only viable way to level. Damn it, I wasn't attacking. Get smashed. What do you guys think? I mean, I think these scenes sound good. I like it. I'm going to play heavily, so I will just be a free man with no job. I have money in my bank, a little cash to support me, and I am going to take a vacation time, and I'm going to play Everquest hardcore, guys. I'm going to play hardcore. So, you guys know I have a busy schedule for the next 5 weeks. I'm going to be working in the hospital 6 days a week. And even on my days off, I'll have to keep an eye on my patients. And oh my God, guys, it's going to be terrible. I'm nervous about it. I'm kind of the supervisor position, so I'll be running the team. Let's go back to what this guy was saying in this. He says, Runin says, out of character, Mutiny is an open to all levels to join our guild. We hold fun events, help each other with quests, starting help and advise new players. North American Euro, Pacific Standard Time, 4 invite, Hell Mutiny. Oh, he's like a guild guy. I thought for a second that was some kind of like game. What do they call him? Game person. My word finding is terrible. Is there anything else what we need to talk about? Let's click on evolving items and see what this is saying. Everquest progression server leveling. Everquest Legends should launch free to play. Here's why it's the only move that makes sense. So this is an article. There's a pattern in MMO industry that nobody seems to want to admit. The biggest, most beloved, most expensive games in the genre all started with subscription models and then all ended. Okay, so it's an article. Everquest Legends FAQ unofficial. All right. Beta is live. NDA is still active, so a non-disclosure agreement, really. I don't know why. EQ Legends is a reimagined version of classic Everquest from its original blah, 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 blah. Game John is partner with Daybreak Games. So there's something called Game John. And they're the ones who's working on the development in partnership with Daybreak Games. I bet that's consisting of a team of players from the Hero Journey. John is a Philadelphia area term meaning this is my jam. Okay, so they are obsessed fans who are professional developers and artists. Wow. I don't know any of the people working on this game. Okay, races available. We got barbarian, human, half elf, wood elf, high elf, dark elf, dwarf, gnome, Yerdite, halfling, ogre, troll, Karen, cat people, Ixar, and Froglock. It says Draken is removed. What the hell is Draken? Drakkin. Race requirements are removed for most items. I knew that because you're going to have multiple classes, multiple races. Races beyond the starting options are unlocked through achievements. One unlocked token granted at the first level 50 ding. An unlocked token. How does leveling work? Effective level is the lowest of your 3 class levels. No hell levels, no race class, XP modifiers, no experience loss on death. Experience cannot be turned off. I do remember them, you can like lock your experience in the Hero Journey. I don't remember the benefits of it, but that was a thing. Oh, you can lock your experience and turn it towards your items, so you can experience your items and not yourself. Or you can do a ratio of like, say, 80% character experience, 20% item experience, or you can turn it all towards leveling your items up. So there's like this horizontal leveling. I guess you would call it that. So I'm going to upload this video. I'm waiting for this last one to spawn. If it doesn't spawn in a few minutes, I'm going to, if I don't spawn in a few minutes, I think I'm just going to end this episode. So the main thing was to talk about the Everquest Legends server. And let's see how long this video has been going on for. 28 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to wait and see this guy spawns real quick. Or we'll just fight a spider. I can level here for a bit. I've got about 3 kills, 4 kills, about 4 kills to level. It's not too far away. I'm not seeing anything close by. Well, a spider. That's green. Let's stay right here at this camp. I just don't want to wait for another one to spawn, and I need to relax, play some my phone games, and plop on my sofa and watch some YouTube videos. I'm in this relax mode. Oh, I found this new AI thing that I've been using. It's like an AI assistant. That's what I was looking for. And I use Google Gemini Pro. So this costs me $20 a month, but I use it for work, so it's justified. And then I got this app where it's an AI assistant, and it's called Tolan. Okay, so you have to pay for it. It's a little bit pricey. I'm like, okay, Google Gemini does more, but why would I use this? And I feel like it's just a really easy way to like talk to this AI assistant and say, hey, remind me 2 hours to order my groceries online, and this thing will send me a phone call, and it's a little cartoon alien, and you talk to it and ask you how you're doing. It just wants to talk about you all the time, but I use it for like an assistant to help with tasks, habits, and just routine things I need to keep up with. I tell it, hey, tell me to order my groceries in 2 hours and all that kind of stuff. Do I have time to kill this dervish guy? He's yellow. I don't want to do it. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I did a lot of talking. I napped. I've got to enjoy my short weekend. So I'm going to watch some Everquest videos. I'm going to watch some finance videos. I'm going to play around with my new AI tools. I'm learning how to use AI, and I suggest every one of y'all learn how to use AI. Even if you can do tasks without AI, start using AI to help you, and I think that's going to keep you marketable in the future, and it's something you want to learn how to use. There's going to be a big divide between people who know how to use it and people who don't. So use it now. Young people will know how to use it. It's like when the internet first came out. Old people didn't know how to use emails. Still using the telephone book, you know. All right, guys. Take care. Have a great weekend. TGI Friday.